All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. Do you understand?
Rightio legends, Chaos Chronicles, and we're back with another video. And so today I thought I would do like a part 4 of my why don't people mess with. So I done the why don't people mess with the Kuris, why don't people mess with the Muslims. So today we're going to do a why don't people mess with the Pacific Islanders in prison. And so before I get into it, take this time, guys. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, jump down there and hit me a subscription. If you smash that bell icon, you'll never miss any of my clips again. And we're going really good at the moment. I'm really happy with the way the page is going at the moment. So thank you for everyone who's joining the Chaos Chronicles and for everyone who's subscribed recently. I really, really appreciate it. And all right, let's get into it. So, why don't people mess with the Pacific Islanders? So, I guess we'll start off by saying the absolutely blatantly obvious is that most Pacific Islanders are like built like a brick shit house, and big boys, and like so therefore heavy hitters and very strong. You know what I mean? The big guys are usually pretty strong, and what's crazy about I'll move over here about the Islanders is actually you know as big as they are, they're definitely the quickest like moving people that are that big, like, and it's absolutely crazy. So but yeah, I guess that's the number one reason, is because like of their absolute size. But not only that, I don't think that there is another like race in the Victorian prison system that trains as a whole like the Pacific Islanders do. So it's quite common to see like 5 or 6 Pacific Islanders out in the chook pen of their yard, or out in the middle of their yard, hitting the pads, or training, or just doing some kind of training to make them be better warriors, I suppose. So there's never really a time when that doesn't happen. So there's always you know Pacific Islanders out in the yard or out in the chook pens doing some kind of training, and all of them do it, and they all do boxing, and they all do, they're all fit, and they're all always like on their toes. You know what I mean? They're probably one of the fittest, if not the fittest race in my eyes in prison. In regards to like how hard they all train, and they all train boxing, they all train weights, they all do it, and they're all pretty dedicated to it. Um, but not only that, you've got things like GFAM, which is our biggest Pacific Islander prison gang, what we've got here in Victoria, and they've got a name. They've got a name for like taking people out, and not caring who they're dicing with either. So they've got a good reputation of like there was a big war. I don't even know. I haven't been in prison for a while, but last time I was there, the POWs and the Pacific Islanders were at war. So there was always something cracking off between them. But not only that, like that they're pretty confident in their abilities, and like are people that can definitely like 100% take care of business, and do fucking take care of business, let me tell you that. And so like you've only got to see like on the news, they took out, and shank sandwich Tony Mockbell at Barwon Prison. And that's just a blatant disregard for like who someone is, like in regards to their stature. And that's just a perfect example of why people are you don't want to mess with these people. um but not only that, like the solidarity the solidarity between the Pacific Islanders is like next to nothing really compares to it. A lot of the races, like 100%, have solidarity, but like in my eyes, the Pacific Islanders probably like have are the most solid. And if someone touches one of them, like you are definitely going to hear from most of them. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like touch one, touch all, and that's just how it is, and everyone knows that that's how it is. And what's crazy is a lot of them don't even use weapons. You know what I mean? They just use their fists, and like I said, quite confident in their abilities. They train all day, every single day, for when these things take place. So like they train all day, every day. Should a fight happen tomorrow, they're going to be ready and raring to go. You know what I mean? But that, am I saying that no Pacific Islanders carry shanks? No, definitely not. Like, because they definitely do. But what I'm saying is like they're that staunch. I will say that like a lot of them will just come at you with their fists. You know what I mean? But like definitely, like if you do them wrong in a bad enough way, they're definitely going to be coming at you with shank sandwiches. That's for sure. And like I can reel off a handful of things that I've seen with my own eyes, what the Pacific Islanders have done. But I'll just use one example. And so like this is a pretty well known one. And this Pacific Islander was with a certain motorcycle club, and they put another Pacific Islander in the same unit as this person, and the other person was from another outlaw motorcycle club. And so, yeah, one of them, it's a well known fact, so I'm not saying anything that's not known, but yeah, one of them, attacked the other one with a sandwich press. And, this bloke like hit him once and like literally caved this guy's head in, like literally. And the ambulance was there working on him for a very, very, very long time. And he very nearly didn't come out of that one. And that's just an example of the force that they are willing to use. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, like, and you see them in fine force as well. Like they have um Waitangi Day, which is a day where they celebrate the Maoris. It's for the Maoris, and so, or Maoris as other people say it. And you see all the boys down there doing the haka, and when you see 40 or 50 of them big motherfuckers doing the haka and screaming, like it's a sight to be seen. And like it is, they are like definitely you know one of the most forces to be reckoned with in any prison system, I would believe. And yeah, like I was lucky enough to be invited to a Waitangi Day, and to a few of them actually. And yeah, that was a sight to be seen. But seeing like them big dudes jumping around like that and screaming, like it's a little bit intimidating. And yeah, so, but yeah, not only that, you know what I mean? Like they are 100% at all times ready to take care of business, and they will fucking take care of business. They take no bullshit, and will 100%, like I said, if you think you're just gonna, take one of them out. And I know I made a video about me doing this, and I nearly fell out with a few of them over this. It was lucky I was good mates with a lot of them, but the islander that I took out was, sleeping with a 15-year-old girl, right? And this was someone that was in our unit, and then he had a fight with her and ran her over with his van, and then reversed over her and then ran over her again. And yeah, so anyway, it actually came on the news while me and a couple of the mates were sitting in the cell with this guy, and yeah, he didn't make it out of the cell the same way he came in, and it was just me. But yeah, because he was an Islander and I didn't approach the Islanders before I did it, it almost caused me some shit. And like, you know, that just goes to show that like they 100% stick by the, you know, touch one, touch all rule. And yeah, like I almost, you know, almost, but I didn't. And it was lucky that, you know, I had a lot of respect from, you know, a lot of the well respected Islanders at the time. And, you know, I said, this is exactly what needs to happen. Like this guy is a PDF file, but not only that, like he's doing this kind of thing to women. So like we can't have him in the unit anyway, boys. And like, so I'm pretty sure you can understand why I didn't ask you, and they were pretty understanding of that. That's for sure. But yeah, 100%. You know, most people. I'm not saying that a lot of people don't mess with the Islanders, because people do, and like people don't care who people are, and you know what I mean. But what I am saying is like, you know, those are the reasons why, you know, the general population will choose not to take on the Islanders, and rightly so. Like, you know, I made a video about a certain bike club, and the Islanders took on this certain bike club at the gym at Port Phillip, and like that was something else. Like, let me tell you, like there was people dropping left, right, and center, and it was pretty crazy. Like, I'm not going to call who won that, but like that was something to be seen, and like, you know, that just shows that, you know, they're just not scared to take care of business, and it doesn't matter who you are. Like, they took on a whole bike club, and like every single bike club member that was at the prison at that time, and it's a pretty well known event that happened. And yeah, so they are the reasons why people choose not to mess with the Pacific Islanders, and yeah, rightly so. They are a staunch bunch of people, and yeah, they've always had my respect, and I've always got along with all of the Pacific Islanders. You know, they're the happiest blokes generally, and you can usually hear a Pacific Islander laughing from one side of the yard to the other. And when one Pacific Islander laughs, every single one of them laughs. And like, yeah, they're always just that kind of vibe. And I reckon they're all cool people. And yeah, or every single Pacific Islander I done time with in my jail career were absolute top blokes. You know, I did come across a few that weren't. You know, namely the one that I took out, but most of them were absolute bloody legends. And yeah, well, there you go. That is why people do not want to mess with the Pacific Islanders, because they're fucking crazy and they're fucking huge. And yeah, if you don't do drugs and crime, you won't have to worry about that. Chaos Chronicles, we out.